Live from DePrima Productions Studios in Basking Ridge, New Jersey, it's The Michael Show with Michael DePrima. And here he is now! All right. Hi, guys. Sorry for the late start. I was having some technical issues with YouTube. Honestly, I don't even know if it's working right now, but if it is, great. That's a good thing. We've got a show. Oh, looks like it's working. Yes. All right, sweet. All right, packed show for you today. We're going to have a guest, Greg Serralo. He was my roommate in Hoboken. I'm going to take these off, actually, for now, until we have to talk to Greg. Yeah, so good show. I want to talk some stats from yesterday. All right, so 8 hours of total watch time. That means combined with all the people, pretty much my friends who were watching it before, pretty much watched for 8 hours total. 7 new subscribers, 67 playbacks, and there was an average watch time of 7.5 minutes. So I guess that means that millennials and I got some Gen Xer friends. I guess our attention spans are 7.5 minutes now, or I just did not give you 7.5 minutes of decent content, which is also possible. All right, so good news today. There is an article going around that a friend sent me from one of the places I work. It's called Hearts for Healthcare Workers. So what people are doing is they're cutting out large heart-shaped construction paper, sticking it on their window. They're doing this in Topeka, Kansas. Why can't we do it in New Jersey? Maybe we'll start. Hearts for Healthcare Workers. You can look it up and maybe do it yourself. All right. So today's show brought to you by Never Again Clothing. My friend Michael Farabach runs a clothing company. This shirt, as you see here, Working Class. This was one of my favorites that he had as I was at the studio a couple weeks ago. Check him out, neveragainclothing.com. You'll catch some pretty cool stuff. He's got new things constantly. All right, so let's see. Where do we go from here? I guess I will. Who do we got on? We got. I know Jer's on. All right, 4 watching now. Hey, 4. I'll take 4. Let me move the link to Facebook. Then people can check it out there. Maybe we'll get some more traffic coming from Facebook. So like and subscribe to the channel. That way you'll get alerts when I go live. If you don't like the channel, I guess I'll try and post on Facebook as often as I can. When I start the show, put it to Facebook. All right. So 8:09. Yeah, all right. Let's give Greg a call. Let's see what he's up to. All right. Calling Greg. Oh, there he is. There's the man himself.
What's up,
buddy?
I thought it was supposed to be 8:05.
8:05-ish. I had technical difficulties. I couldn't even get going at first. All right. This is Greg. Say hi, Greg.
Hey, what's up, everyone?
I think we have like 4 people watching. So
it's all right.
Yeah, it's not many right now, but
that's
we're gonna
one more than I thought there was going to be.
Yeah, right. Hey, it's only the second show. All right, so Greg, tell us a little bit about what you do.
I am a technician for a large cable and internet.
Yeah, we don't
provider.
Have to talk about who they are.
I install home security and cable, internet, and phone systems in homes. Cool. And it's been a weird few weeks, to say the least.
So how has it affected you?
It actually hasn't incredibly affected me. I mean, we were talking earlier and you said that basically you had nothing else to do. That's why you were kind of doing this thing here.
100%.
And it's kind of funny because my life hasn't really changed that much because I've had work, luckily. Been going out and nothing has really been impacted other than, hearing other people's stories and stuff. But my daily routine really hasn't changed that much other than, wearing gloves and all the other stuff that you see going on. That's crazy. But as far as like my routine, I've been going to work every day. And
are you a germaphobe?
I don't like germs. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's, I don't know. Since starting this job, it's kind of like you can't be a germaphobe really, because you're in everyone's homes. You're in the midst of it.
So
So I wouldn't say,
what are some of the things you see when you go into people's homes? What are some of the craziest things you've seen? Some of the coolest things you've seen?
definitely seen some like awesome, just like man caves and collections of comics and just memorabilia. Um, there's a lot of stuff I wish I didn't remember.
I remember you sent me a picture once of something someone had in their bedroom. It was like suggestively inappropriate, like someone uses for themselves.
I don't
You know,
remember.
I think you said someone sent you a picture. It was someone used one of those personal devices, just like left out in the open.
Oh yeah, I mean, you come across stuff like that, and it's a little awkward.
Yeah.
But uh, I know that when I first started, someone offered me as a tip. It's going to sound crazy, and I mean, I told you, but for people watching, a little baby alligator. I have a picture of it on my Facebook somewhere. I'd have to dig through it, but
What was that
it
story?
was.
He just
I
had
went there to just
alligators?
fix his internet, and he was just, really thankful. And then, man, it was like 2000, you know, 13 or 2012. So I just remember him pulling out like a little tank, and he had like this little, baby alligator. And I mean, it looks like a dinosaur. You think you're looking at like the velociraptor that hatched, in Jurassic Park. He's like petting the tip of its head.
Just
And he's like,
asking you if you want it. Do you want to keep
yeah,
this?
exactly, pretty much. And I was just like, no, I'm sorry. I got another job to go to. I can't really take care of this reptile.
All right.
Yeah, so that was, as of right now, it's just a little crazy because everyone's home and I have to, be careful, and they're telling people, the whole, social distancing,
Mm-hmm.
but it's kind of interesting because you see people's priorities. Like, do you really want a social distance, or do you really want that, new remote for your TV, like, so you kind of see where people's
Has
priorities lay,
anyone
but
asked you like, oh, could you like wipe your face? Could you wash? They ask you to do stuff
it's
before they
we're
come in.
starting to get more notes on the work orders that say, like this, how prepared is the tech for this and stuff like that. I have been seeing work orders get canceled just out of the blue, maybe because they forgot they made the appointment a few weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
But I do have to tell people, like, I may have interacted with someone that may
Oh,
have
they
or
make you
may not.
say that.
Yeah, we just started having to do that. So, but there still have been some people that are like, like, you got to do what you got to do. I mean, you can't live in fear, but at the same time, it's just weird because it's like spring out and everything's blooming and everything's
Yeah.
beautiful, and there's just this whole underlying, like, just like, I don't know.
Melancholy tone to things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's just like, while stuff's moving on, it's like stuff's not at the
Yeah.
same time. I don't know. But as far as the job, like, there's so many people impacted right now, and I know how important this job is to people, keeping them connected with, the internet, and keeping them sane in their homes, like you
Yeah.
would be able
Like
to do this right now.
if this was, I mean, obviously we've had the internet now for, going on almost 30 years, but I guess people would be reading if they didn't
Or
have,
doing puzzles.
or doing
Puzzles is like the
puzzles.
big
I
thing right
went to
now, right?
ShopRite today, no puzzles. I was like, oh, I
Yeah.
want to look for some. I want to do
No,
some exploring throughout the
it would
day.
take a lot more than this for me to do a puzzle.
I find
But
them calming. Start with the edges and work your way in.
yeah, I got some toddler puzzles. Maybe I could try to fight through one of those.
Ah, there you go. All right, so tell me a little bit about making the grade, your Facebook comic page. Tell me a little bit about what that is.
So in October, I started a Facebook group, solely focusing on grading comic books. And for people who don't know, you can send, I have an example here.
Sure.
You could send your comic books away to get graded. Basically, it rates the condition of the book.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like a number there that's like 7.0. It's a grade scale from 0.5 all the way up to 10. And basically, there's certain defects on the book, and depending on how many they are or what they are,
First
a tear,
issue, second issue.
stains. No. Well, they'll label. No. It doesn't have to do with the issue. They'll label like the issue on there and stuff. But I'm talking about like defects,
Oh,
spilled like
just
coffee on
100%.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it'll go like basically, it'll start from 10 and go down based on how many, creases there are in the book. Or these books are from, some of them are from the 40s or 50s, and back then, kids, when they read them, they didn't care about the
Yeah.
condition, so they'd fold them up and put them in their back pocket. But so that's why it's so much more rare to find one in good condition today. So anyway, I started a group based on the grading process, and because I found myself always asking people, what do you think, this condition is? If I wanted to sell it, you want to
Hmm.
sell it, and to someone, basically telling them, hey, you got to price it based on the condition of the book. So you got to understand how to grade it. And I was asking a lot of questions to people, looking online, trying to find references and stuff like that. So I thought, hey, might as well start a group
Yeah.
based on it. And a lot of people were in the same boat as me. And now we have, I think we're almost at 1,100 members
Yeah, it's
to
it's
date.
pretty crazy. You do
And someone
giveaways.
just joined. Actually, I just
Someone
saw
just
like
joined right
a
now. Yes.
yeah,
All right. Plug it. What is it? Where do they
yeah.
go?
Facebook, making the grade. That's basically it. It'll say like a comic book grading community, and we don't just talk about grading. It's not like
Yeah.
the ultimate nerd center, but we talk about like the movies and just general, comic related banter and stuff like that, which is kind of also interesting because that industry is totally being affected right now
Oh
because
yeah.
comic book stores are closing. The movies are all being pushed back. It's just so bizarre. We see people selling more and having to, support their families in their homes, so they're selling their collections. I've been seeing a ton of books go up for sale, and it's just wild, how
Yeah.
everything gets impacted by
Hmm.
this.
So, if someone wants to get it graded, do they go to you for grading? Do they?
No, I'm
So,
not a
what do they do?
professional grader. I don't have anything to do with it. I just started a group where we talk about it, and
Hmm.
we'll help, but it'll always just be kind of an estimate. But no, there are professional companies. And CBCS are the two main companies, and you could look them up online and submit your books. And usually you can see them at conventions, which have all been canceled.
Yeah.
But
All the
you can
Comic-Cons are gone right
exactly,
now.
exactly. But you could mail them in and take it from there. It's definitely cool because I like to display my stuff.
Hmm.
I mean, I have stuff in boxes as well, but I feel like it's art to me. So I like to
Yeah.
keep it out. And when they're in these holders, it kind of serves as like almost like a picture frame,
I
you
have
know.
a first issue Ren and Stimpy comic book with a scratch and sniff
Is that
sticker.
yours or John's? Because
We
John
both
has
have one.
it.
My uncle gave us both one.
Oh, you both have one.
Yeah, so we
Okay.
both have one. So I guess there are probably
Yeah,
a lot out there, but
that's
it's in like
cool.
that little plastic.
Bob Camp
I'll send it
is
in.
the artist of the Ren and Stimpy comics, and I see him at the shows a lot. So you
Mhm.
should come one time and get him to sign it.
I've never been to a Comic Con. I've never
I mean,
once
the
been
king
to a
of all
Comic Con.
cosplayers here. You
I
should
know.
have
I've
gone to.
never been. It's gonna help me decide, like, what am I gonna dress up as? I don't know. All right. So moving on to the movies. I know you're a Marvel fan. I'm more of a DC fan, but I know you love Thor. You're a big Hulk guy. What did you love about the movies, and what did the movies get wrong, in your opinion?
I mean, I can't. It's so hard to say, what they got wrong because they're following their own,
Disney formula.
schedule. I'm
Yeah.
not going to sit back and be a critic on it. I mean, I'm just lucky to be able to watch them. I mean, the Infinity War movie was based off, and the Endgame was based off the Infinity Gauntlet
Hmm.
series with Thanos and the Infinity Stones, and that was actually the first comic series that I read as a kid. So it was kind of like surreal to see it
Yeah.
almost because I mean, it was surreal seeing the Avengers. Um, it was surreal even seeing the X-Men back in 2000. What were
Yeah.
you gonna say?
I remember you saying when Iron Man came out, you were like, I used to read these comics, and I never thought I'd see it as a movie, like that they'd be able to get it right and do that kind of stuff.
Oh, I know. It's incredible, and like I said, Infinity Gauntlet was the first story I ever read, and it's basically all the heroes together trying to fight Thanos, the one bad guy
Yeah.
who has the gauntlet, and he could do whatever he wants essentially. And I just was like, they could never pull that. Like it was just something I
Yeah.
never could fathom that something would be able to be done. But then when they made the Avengers, I kind of just started seeing the pieces fall together, and I was like, this could actually fall into place, and it did. And I can't sit here and be like, but he wasn't supposed to die, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, plenty of people can do that, and they will. That's what makes them happy. But, I mean, I'm just happy I was able to experience it. And it's just, to me, it was like just being a kid again.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the DC movies, I personally, I know you're a big fan. I mean,
they're
I'm
so
not. Some of
bad
them are pretty
now.
rough,
They're
but
so bad now. Oh man,
I didn't see Birds of Prey yet.
I didn't see Birds of Prey. Well, no, I don't think Birds of. Yeah,
Yeah, it came out.
yeah. I don't
Yeah.
see. I don't
See, you don't
even.
even
I don't even
know. We
stick
don't
with
even
it
know
anymore.
Yeah.
I don't even stick with it. I was so disappointed by Aquaman.
I
Like,
didn't see it.
I watched Aquaman and I thought, oh, it would be pretty cool. Maybe they'll get this one right. Then they had this weird scene of Mantis, the bad guy, like putting together his suit, and it was so 90s. It didn't work at all. Don't watch it.
Well, stuff in the '90s worked in the '90s.
Yes.
I love. Don't bad talk the '90s.
No, I never would. I'm waiting. All right, so right now I think we're going through a huge 80s resurgence. I think we're seeing 80s soundtracks come back.
Oh, totally.
Oh yeah. Stranger Things started a lot of that. Or they definitely jumped off of it. A lot of the new movies are going for like synth style soundtracks. And if you haven't listened to Time Cop 1983, Lauren and I recently discovered it. Check out Time Cop 1983. It's really cool synth techno. It like it's real slowly. It's awesome. Check it out.
Oh, nice.
But I'm waiting for the 90s. Like, I guess we're 10 years away from all that hardcore 90s nostalgia and like movies.
I don't know. I feel like it might be sneaking back in there.
I hope so.
In some
I want to
sense.
see Face Off, anything Nick Cage, Con Air. Like, I know where we had a Con Air poster with our faces photoshopped
Yeah,
in our apartment when we lived together in Hoboken. That was a good spot. John is still there.
Yes.
We should all go back.
And a great
again.
movie too.
Oh, great movie. Great movie. I just found out there's like an unrated version where they have like different scenes. I haven't even looked them up yet.
Wow. I would
I
want
know.
to check that out.
I know. I want to see every little extra Con Air-ness I can get. I want to see it. All right, Greg, thank you for being with us. I appreciate it.
Oh, no
man.
problem.
You got
Anytime.
anything else
I'd
you
love
want
to
say?
be back sometime.
I'd love to have you back.
Just to talk about whatever,
We'll
whatever
see
you
how
wanna
long
talk
this
about.
quarantine goes.
Yeah, well, I got work tomorrow, so I mean,
You'll be traveling.
Yeah, I'll be all over the road. I mean, there's no traffic. That's kind of the good thing.
Yeah,
but-
right. Even going to the store, people, their store runs have kind of stopped. I think everyone is stocked up on toilet paper. They've frozen all their meat. Like I go to the store and it just seems like business as usual now.
Yeah, I went the other day and it was pretty stocked.
I pretty much shop daily because I don't know what I'm going to want to eat, and Lauren doesn't know what she wants to eat. So we kind of decide throughout the day, and then I always go to the store. I was at the store every day last week, and the only thing that our ShopRite in Bernardsville didn't have were like the toilet papers and certain types of meats. But everything else,
one thing I wanted to talk about that we didn't touch on.
Yes, please.
'Cause big movie buff. This is so interesting because I have always, since having Cora.
Your daughter.
Yes, my daughter. Sorry. Jess and I have always been like, or I said to Jess, they need to start making movies come out like on that you could just rent them, even if you pay extra.
And they're doing it now.
Exactly. It's because there were so many times we couldn't find a babysitter, or, when the Endgame came out and stuff like that. And it was like this whole process. And I was like, man, I would pay like $40 just to watch this movie in my basement right now, and now sadly to because of this, but do you think this is something that's going to stick around, or do you think like
the renting movies?
Like renting movies that are out in theaters. Yeah.
I think that movies will continue to come out in the theater, obviously.
Yeah,
but then shortly after, maybe they'll start moving to quickly on demand. I think that's the way it should go. But there's something about seeing a movie in a theater.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah, that you can't get away from. I mean, so Anthony was, we weren't doing too much social distancing, but Anthony, my brother-in-law, for those of you who don't know who Anthony is, he's my brother-in-law. He came over and we watched The Hunt. So The Hunt is It was the movie that got canceled because they said they were killing Trump supporters. It was all this stupid BS about people overreacting for a movie. It's a movie, people. It's just a movie. And we watched it. We were able to watch it on the big screen, and it was awesome. We had a great time. It was a good flick.
Mm-hmm.
So go rent The Hunt, people, if you can find it online. I can't remember where we streamed it, but go get that. It's a lot of fun.
But it's in the theaters now.
It was supposed to come out in the theaters, and then they
that's what I mean. It was supposed to be released, but you watched it. Okay, yeah.
Just like I
think it's great that you have the option. I mean, I know what you mean about the movies and going. There's nothing like it, but as I get increasingly older and more grizzled, I don't want to sit next to that person who's chewing super loud.
Totally,
all the time. I'd be sitting next to my wife on the other side of me. So yeah, I think having the option is just awesome. And if there's one, I just think it's going to be interesting to see what comes out of this, as a society,
No, I know. I think maybe more work from home where they find that people can actually do their jobs from home, and they'll allow more people with different family situations to remain home for longer periods of time. That would be nice for those who can do that. Obviously, Greg, we can't, that doesn't fall in our job description, but it'll be nice for those people who really need it, who need that help.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, man.
Awesome.
Well, be safe.
Thanks, buddy. You too.
This was fun. I'd love to do it again. And
we'll see if we can keep getting viewers. I can.
Did you have did anyone tune in or ask anything?
I have no idea yet. I can check.
Oh, because Al promised me that he was gonna.
Let me see if I got any text messages. All right, yeah. I got one person watching that I know of. Let me check.
Well, Al's going to have to hear it from me now. I'm going to have to call long distance to Costa Rica and yell at him.
He might be he might be on the live stream. I haven't been able to monitor the live stream while we're talking. Cool. But I'll check it out now.
Yeah, man.
All right, buddy.
All right.
I'll talk to you later. I'll catch you soon.
All right. Take it easy.
See ya, bud. All right. Oh, Greg. That was fun. All right. Thanks for doing that, Greg. I appreciate it. How was the quality of my call? Good, I will say. Okay. Let's get back to that live stream. Ooh. All right. So, what's everyone up? What do we want to hear about? Anything? I'm guessing now. I guess that kind of does it. It is 8:30. All right. That's the show today. I will talk to you guys tomorrow, 8 p.m. Leave comments, subscribe. I don't know who I'm going to have on as a guest tomorrow, but I got some ideas, and we'll just do the same thing. Thanks, guys. We will... Oh, wait. I have one more thing. I have a sponsor. Let me see if I can pull that up. Where is our sponsor page? Here we go. All right. We'll watch our sponsor, and then we'll get out of here. See you guys tomorrow. Take care. Nope.
Who ate all the macaroni and cheese? Look, Cheddar Goblin. Cheddar Goblin, did you eat all the macaroni and cheese?
Nothing's better than cheddar.
Cheddar Goblin. Cheddar Goblin! Cheddar Goblin! Cheddar Goblin! Yeah!
Cheddar Goblin by Devane has 60% more cheese than the next leading brand. Kids and goblins agree. Cheddar Goblin tastes the best. That's why Cheddar Goblin was rated #1 3 years in a row. Cheddar Goblin.